Well, today I wanted to talk about the Pixel 9 Pro XL here in 2025, this mid-2025. This has been, an excellent device here, and I just want to do an updated video for anyone thinking about, maybe buying one of these phones here. I've had a great time since I've been using it, and then I want to talk about, what Google can actually do to improve with the upcoming, Pixel 10 Pro series. So these are still going for around $800. It looks this is renewed, so it's still going for around $1,000. So it's holding its value, pretty well. So this is a phone that I really like. I want to actually just talk about the hardware here because I think the design has really grown on me. This is one of Google's best looking phones, and I really like the camera island. I was a big fan of the camera, what do you call it, like a visor or strip or whatever. But this kind of island design, I think looks great. I think it's aging extremely well. We have that matte finish on the back here, and we also got some pretty nice colors. Porcelain, there was a rose, hazel, and I think obsidian is what you call it. So we got some decent colors here, but I think this phone's design, it just looks great. It's one of my favorite phones to look at and hold. It's very comfortable. It's very smooth. A lot of these phones these days, they're very kind of boxy and squared off on the edges here. This fits in the palm really well. They have too many issues with the hardware on the Pixel here. I think it looks great. I mean, one thing that you'll notice is that you will get a lot of fingerprints. So maybe on the 10 series they can kind of make this matted. But yeah, I really like it. I like the weight to it as well. It's IP68 dust and water resistant, so I don't think this phone really has any hardware problems that have bothered me. We want to talk about the display because this is also another great highlight with this phone. You have a really good display. Now you don't have the crazy thin bezels and stuff that you do on the S25 and the 16 Pro Max, but the bezels are pretty nicely even. They're pretty slim, and it's an LTPO OLED display. It's 120 Hz HDR10 plus. This actually gets very bright, up to 3000 nits, so outdoors you never really struggle with seeing this phone. And then again, 6.8 inches HDR10 plus, 1344 by 2992, and it's 489 for the PPI. Excuse me, 486. But yeah, I like the color profile here, and it uses Gorilla Glass Victus, which has held up pretty nice. I have not put a screen protector on my Pixel. I've had it since it came out. I don't have any deep scratches or anything like that, so I think the screen quality is pretty nice on here. But yeah, guys, the screen is buttery smooth, no issues at all. And yeah, I don't really have a complaint with the screen. I love the colors, smooth 120 Hz on here, and nice resolution. Everything looks sharp and crystal clear on here. Now, performance wise, this phone has been pretty smooth for the most part since I've been using it. Everything has been running really great here. We have the Tensor G4 processor, 128 gigs of internal storage, 16 gigs of RAM, and basically anything you do on here is going to be great. Animations are running very fluid and smooth, and everything is very consistent here. So I think this processor is doing a really good job. A lot of people don't like these Tensor processors, and I definitely get it. If you are a power user, it's just the games are not as well optimized. It's not that this is a super slow chips, because if we look at the benchmarks and stuff like that, it's not going to outperform the Snapdragons and Apple. But it does a great job for just regular performance, and you can also do some gaming on here. It's just that it's just not as well optimized. The best example of this is going to be PUBG. Even though it runs at smooth or HDR extreme, it really should be able to run at 120 Hz like the latest iPhone, Galaxy, or whatever. But these Pixel phones, they never get optimized for PUBG, Call of Duty, and stuff like that, and they're gonna perform not as well in 3D Mark and Geekbench. Yeah, so if you check out those comparisons, it's just not a great gaming device. I think that's something Google needs to work on. If they do work on that, and they take the people who play games a lot into consideration, because if you are a competitive gamer, you can't really buy a Pixel, playing PUBG at 60 frames. So yeah, and just I think $1,000 phone should definitely be able to play at least some the most popular titles at 120 hertz. So I don't know, what do you guys think? The speakers are pretty good quality on the Pixel 9. Just a pretty strong speaker. In general, Google has always had pretty solid speakers in their phones. Great bass quality, a nice full, balanced sound. So the speaker is great. Even if you cover the bottom speaker, you get a lot of sound from this top speaker. Another thing that I really like about the Pixel 9 Pro XL is Google was putting the optical fingerprint scanners in, these phones for a minute. So now this one is ultrasonic, and it's, very fast, so you don't have to worry about that. The face unlock works, very good as well. It's also very fast. Now the cameras is pretty much why you buy a Pixel phone. I'm a big fan of the cameras, and I'm a big fan of the video. You guys know I say every time I film pretty much majority of the shorts that are on this channel with the Pixel 9, and then also all the other Pixels as well. So the 7, the 8, all the way back to the 6. I was filming a lot of my shorts on it because I just like the way the video looked compared to Samsung. But that last one I did, I filmed with the S25 Ultra. It came out really nice. But I filmed a lot of B-roll with this camera, and it just looks great. I really like the way it looks, dynamic range, the colors, how everything looks, and just image quality in general I think looks great on here. I love the way it does skin tones as well. You have a 50 megapixel standard, 48 megapixel periscope telephoto, up to 30 times zoom on here, and that periscope is 5 times, and then you also have a 48 megapixel ultra wide, and then you also can shoot an 8K 30, 42 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 60. Like I said, I love the shots, I love the image processing. It does a great job in low light photography as well. And some people say, the iPhone and Galaxies have caught up, and definitely those are two of some of the best smartphone cameras. A lot of the Vivo ones, Xiaomi does really good. Like, everybody's doing really good. So I just prefer the way the Pixel shots look. It's just something that I've just grown accustomed to. I just really like. So what do you guys think? I'm a big fan of the cameras. Now, as far as battery life goes with the 9 Pro XL, I do get pretty good screen on time. I can get all day battery life with this phone pretty easily. I wish it had better standby time, but besides that, the battery life is good. My experience hasn't been bad at all. This phone has a 5060 milliamp hour battery, 37 watt charging, 23 watt wireless charging, and I think that's with the Pixel stand. And you also have reverse wireless charging as well. So yeah, I've never had a issue. I've never had any overheating problems or anything with this phone. It has been very solid. And I think this is again one of Google's best phones, and I'm pretty excited to see what they do with the 10 Pro. See the improvements with that Tensor chipset. And honestly, I think they should really keep this design and just keep improving, slimming the bezels down. Maybe we get a titanium build or something like that. I would like to see. But yeah, what are you guys excited for with that Pixel 10 Pro XL, or just a Pixel 10 series in general? Be sure to let me know.